They are trampling on the real history of this country, which is about Céad Míle Fáilte. It's about millions of Irish people who emigrated all over the world. And they were also targeted with exactly the same toxic stereotypes that the far right are now directing at immigrants. Every single one of them. The Irish were portrayed as violent. They were portrayed as backwards. They were portrayed as people who were deviant. They were portrayed as people who were terrorists. They were, in many cases, they were presented as people who were less than human and animal-like. All the racist stereotypes directed at the Irish. And it is absolutely tragic that there's people in this country who now want to do what was wrongly done to us, to other people who've come to this country seeking a better life. And we know, of course, that despite the racism that Irish people suffered, the horrible slogans like no dogs, no blacks, no Irish, the reality is that the vast majority of Irish people went to countries around the world and they enriched those countries. They made them better places. And that is always true of immigrants from wherever they come. They're almost always the most energetic, the most dynamic people, looking to contribute to the society to which they go to make it better. And that is absolutely true about those who have come to our country seeking refuge and seeking a better life. They have made our society a better place, a richer place, and that's why we say welcome and we reject the toxic division of the far right. The last point I want to make is this. You know, the far right try and present themselves as if somehow they're anti-establishment, that they're fighting for the downtrodden. But the opposite is the case. They are doing the dirty work of the people who have created the housing crisis, who've created inequality in our society, who failed us in terms of delivering health services, because what they do is play along with the game of divide and rule. That's what they do. They deflect away from the real problems. They undermine and weaken our ability to unite, to fight for the things that really matter. Because the working class movements of progressive change have always made the world a better place on the principle of unity and solidarity and rejecting division and hate. And we have to fight for that approach to addressing the real problems. And of course, we understand that the hardcore far right are a small minority in our society. The vast majority of people in this country are good, welcoming, decent people. They have just cause, more than just cause, to be angry about the housing crisis, the cost of living crisis, the state of our public health service. But the far right will not lead them in the direction of solving any of those problems. They will weaken and undermine them. And we have to be the people who unite together and mobilise to fight for housing, for everybody, affordable housing, to fight for a decent health service, to fight for workers' rights, and to fight for a progressive society where the wealth is shared equally and fairly among all people, regardless of race, colour, creed, gender, or any other identification. That is the real Ireland that we have to fight for.
Here is loud and here is clear.
Refugees are welcome here.
Here is loud and here is clear.
Refugees are welcome here.
is loud.